All right, let's take a look at the Howard Hughes Medical Institute's Biointeractive Earthviewer and see what we can do with that. So you can go to the home page for the Earthviewer by clicking on the link below in the description, and then we get to that main page. We can click on and initialize the app. And if you want to go, we can go through the tutorial, but you can do that on your own. So I'm going to not take a look at that now. So here's what we have as a default view. With the Earth, we can take a look at the Paleo Earth in the upper left. The default is Paleo Earth, so we can take a look at how the planet looked from the surface, or how we think it looked from the surface based on the evidence, by clicking and holding and selecting this timeline on the left. So we can go back in time through the Cretaceous, the Jurassic, the Triassic, back to the age of Pangea, and so on. And of course, the farther back in time we go, the less certain exactly what the land masses look like becomes. But we can scroll through time using that tool. We can also select from the top, going back up to the top here, to warming Earth, and looking at temperature data using a color coding system, the legend down here in the lower left. And these data are relative to historical values. We can also look at Ice Age Earth, and so we can go back in time and see what the planet looked like within the last 21,000 years. And with the part of the planet I've got selected now, we don't see a lot of difference. But if I rotate the planet by clicking and dragging, and for either left, right, east, west, or up and down, north, south, I can then go to North America, or even take a look at much of the northern hemisphere and drag back through time. And so if I drag back through the entire 21,000 year period of record, we can see what the most recent glaciation, the Wisconsin glaciation, looked like at the height of the ice extent. And we could pause at any point in that 21,000 year record and see what the planet looked like in terms of ice coverage. We can zoom in by scrolling forward with a mouse roller. We can scroll out again much further than what the default view is. Oops. We can also, if we find these grid lines and city names to be distracting, we can go down to the view down at the bottom and then unselect cities and grids. Or if we had reason to actually want to see the coastlines, if it would make it easier to determine where the ice was relative to current coastlines, that may be helpful, and I think I'll leave that on. So if we wanted to take a look at ice coverage over some part of the globe, we just need to get that into view, get that into view, and then we can drag our timeline bar to see what the ice coverage looked like. The module allows us to go forward a little bit in time in terms of predicted values, but once we get to a certain point, if you take a look in the upper left, it shows no data once we get beyond 1,000 years.